Luther's Small Catechism with Explanation, the Black and Maroon edition, copyright 2017, from Concordia Publishing House. The Eighth Commandment: You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. What does this mean? We should fear and love God so that we do not tell lies about our neighbor, betray him, slander him, or hurt his reputation, but defend him, speak well of him, and explain everything in the kindest way. Introduction to the Eighth Commandment. The central thought: God commands us to speak truthfully and charitably about our neighbors so that others view them in the best possible light. What are some ways by which a person's reputation is damaged in our society? Read Mark 14:3-9. See how Jesus defends and praises the woman who anointed him. As Christians, we seek to improve and protect the reputation of others so that people will think well of them. Mark 14:3-9. And while he was at Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, as he was reclining at table, a woman came with an alabaster flask of ointment of pure nard, very costly, and she broke the flask and poured it over his head. There were some who said to themselves indignantly, "Why was this ointment wasted like that? For this ointment could have been sold for more than 300 denarii and given to the poor." And they scolded her. But Jesus said, "Leave her alone. Why do you trouble her? She has done a beautiful thing to me. For you always have the poor with you, and whenever you want, you can do good for them. But you will not always have me. She has done what she could. She has anointed my body beforehand for burial. And truly I say to you, wherever the gospel is proclaimed in the whole world, what she has done will be told in memory of her." Speaking the truth and upholding your neighbor. This is something that's hard in our society today because we think that just because I speak the truth, then I'm obeying the commandments and doing what is right. I'm like, no, you can use the truth incorrectly. You are using it poorly, even though it's a true thing. We are supposed to speak the truth in love. And this is an important fact. It's something that I'm reminded of as a husband, that sometimes I'm told that what I say is right, but how I say it makes it wrong. And that's true. That is a true thing of this commandment. Of how we say it and the manner in which we do it is also very important because we're looking out after our neighbor. And to have in the back of our brain, how can we say this in a way that is kind? How can we say this in a way that is true? What do we have to maybe hold back because I can't tell them the whole truth because it would destroy their reputation or is not right? And so there's situations with this where there's degrees, if you would. When you go to court, you are required under oath to tell the truth with the questions they ask you. But in other places that you are bound by what you say. And so to say it in a way that is good and godly, that is uplifting your neighbor, and also maybe the person you're talking about as well, uplifting them as your neighbor, the one you're speaking to and the one you're speaking about. This is important in our society because our society is rife with this. And I want to say the biggest one that I see that breaks this is social media. Social media is just a place to judge and compare each other and tear each other down. It's very difficult to use social media correctly. There are people who do it, but I tell people, I said the best way to use social media is very sparingly. Direct contact is even better. Texting is okay, but speaking in person is even better, or on the phone. Speaking in person on the phone is okay, but being together with them and having a context with that as well is even better because you see their body language and do things like that. And so just to be aware that communication is more about how we're together with them and speaking what is right for the benefit of our neighbor and our neighbors around us that we might not even be present with, to have that in mind. How do we protect our neighbor? How do we use our words to do this? Now, there's lots in this commandment about other things too, but I think this is one to kind of focus on about how we can stay away from things in our society that tear down our neighbor, but then also how do we can build up our neighbor with what we say. The Lord bless your day as well as your week.